everyone, my name's Binks and welcome to Let's Play Ace Attorney Investigations 2, Prosecutor's Path, where we're continuing on in the fourth case of the game, The Forgotten Turnabout, Middle Part 2. Alright, so, last time we left off, we came down the lift from the hidden area and we were met with a few people waiting for us in the PIC meeting room, such as Sebastian and Franziska, who is now our opponent, but you know how it is. Of course, Edgeworth is never gonna let Franziska defeat him in a battle of wits and logic. The victim used her keycard and entered this room with the culprit. Then, the culprit stabbed the victim in the chest with the candelabra, killing her. Shouldn't the letter make it obvious who the culprit is? How dare you, Franziska! Of course, the crime scene was right here in this room, the PIC meeting room. The proof is the bloodstain we found here in the meeting room. That settles it, Miles Edgeworth. Miss Van Karma isn't showing any openings. However, there is one fact we know that she does not. Where the actual murder happened, which is upstairs. They're not the only ones who can perform scientific investigations. And therein lies the proof, the path to the truth I found. Through breaking and entering. Alright, used her keycard. Let's just do some pressing though, even though we kind of know what we're gonna do. Was there nothing suspicious about the security system? The meeting room security is perfect, much like my logic. There is no room for doubt. Your logic isn't as perfect as you think. In any case, your opinion has not changed. Yes, the victim and the culprit entered the room together. Then the culprit stabbed the victim in the chest with the candelabra. Let's skip that. How dare you? Do you have anything to confirm that the letter was actually sent by Kay? Are you proposing that it was forged by the real criminal? That possibility was dismissed some time ago. There were no traces of forgery on the letter. Of course, there were no other traces besides Kay Faraday and the victim found on the letter. Are you saying you found Kay's fingerprints on the letter? The only fingerprints we found belong to the victim. In other words, you can't really say that Kay is the culprit. Didn't I just say that the possibility of a forgery has been dismissed? The letter was originally sent by Kay Faraday. Therefore, it is only natural to assume that she is the culprit. Now, crime scene was right here in the room. I don't think so. Do you have any proof that the crime took place in this room? Van Karma is perfect in every way. Perhaps you forgot that when you gave up your badge? The proof is the bloodstain we found here in the meeting room. Yeah, about that. We know that's coming from upstairs.
Objection!
If memory serves me correctly, the blood in the meeting room was found in front of the statue of Lady Justice, was it not? To murder someone before Lady Justice, his culprit knows no fear. I wonder about that. Have a look at this piece of evidence. Blood was found in the storeroom right above the meeting room. As you can see, there are signs that it has dripped down onto the floor below. And right under the hidden lift is the statue of Lady Justice. Then you understand, the murder did not take place here. The killer murdered the victim in the storeroom and then moved the body to this room. What Lady Justice witnessed was a coward trying to conceal their crime. and not the moment of the murder. Uh-oh. She's calm. She's smiling. Pardon me, I just remember a conversation quite similar to this one. As I expected, Miss Edgeworth. Such naivete couldn't possibly be an act.
Just how is Mr. Edgeworth naive? Ouch!
Ah, you're still here, Scruffy. Let me whip you. I almost forgot. Have you forgotten, or are you just playing the foolish fool? The amount of blood in the meeting room is clearly greater than in the storeroom.
Please don't just hit me and then ignore me. Yeah!
I think that being ignored hurts him more than the whip. Oh, poor Gumshoe. Such a large amount of blood couldn't have simply dripped from the floor above. And even if it had, there should have been more blood, much more blood left behind in the storeroom. The murder could not have occurred anywhere other than this meeting room. I'm getting more flashbacks. I know this is like the exact similar argument that we had with her in Trials and Tribulations at Hazakura Temple with the whole amount of blood. And don't you remember, Franziska, if there's an object inside the wound, it's gonna be like a plug, so that the blood does not come out a lot until you remove the plug, you know? Here we go, Franziska, you never learn. You're as predictable as always, Franziska. We've had this argument before. What? The difference in the amount of blood is just as you say. The question is, why does such a difference exist? And that issue is trivial. I've already explained it with my perfect logic. In that case, how do you explain the blood that was found in the storeroom? I don't suppose you're going to tell me that it somehow sprayed all the way up there. Yeah. Like a water fountain? No way! Like in Kill Bill? Exactly. It's impossible. In other words, the reason for the difference in the amount of blood is the amount of blood in the meeting room and the storeroom are different because a weapon was pulled out here. The victim died of a stab wound. Naturally, there would be a significant amount of blood loss. That's obvious just from looking at the blood stain. But that's so weird. She was attacked in the storeroom, but there was less blood found there than... Yeah! Silence, you third-rate prosecutor. If I'm third-rate, then what are you? But I'm the best. Yeah! Do you... Oh, wrong voice. Do you know when you lose the most blood after getting stabbed with a sharp object? Ah, I know. It's when the sharp object is pulled out, right? Precisely. After being stabbed with the candelabra, the body was moved to the meeting room. And then the murder weapon was pulled out right here in this very room. That would account for the difference in the amount of blood that was left behind. But why would the culprit go through all that trouble? Most likely to give the impression that the murder occurred in the meeting room. It seems Miss Crane's keycard was used last night, but based on the time of use, it must have been a ploy by the culprit to mislead us. In all likelihood, it was the culprit who used the keycard to enter the meeting room. To throw off the time, yeah. Why would the culprit have needed to do that? Perhaps they feared that the storeroom would be found out during the investigation. If they were involved in the auction, they would not have wanted it to become public. Yeah. Alright. The auction, you say? Perhaps you should go upstairs and see for yourself what items are on display. I'm sure that will allow you to understand what occurred here. Impressive, Miss Edgeworth. You're willing to go that far to protect her? There's something big lurking behind the scenes of this case. case simply got caught up in it.
You're exaggerating.
Am I now? More than anyone, I would think you'd understand the significance behind all this. Why would you, a prosecutor working with Interpol, be involved in a domestic case? Wasn't your objective to crush a certain international smuggling ring? If your search for smuggled goods has led you here, then isn't this feeling I have related to the case?
I'm relieved. You haven't lost your touch, even though you've turned in your badge.
It just happened, like, literally a few minutes ago. Oh, come on, girl.
I've heard about your situation from Scruffy over there.
Sorry, sir. Just wanted to help out somehow. I was hoping she'd be sympathetic, but she just got angrier.
A wise decision, Detective.
Huh?
Franziska, are you the one in charge of this case? Isn't Interpol pursuing the black market auction?
And what if I am? That's not something you need to know.
So you knew about all this from the very beginning. You knew the black market auction was being held right here. Hold it! Oh, hold it! Hey, mind if I butt in? Girl, you're just asking for a whipping. She's whipped you before, she'll do it again.
About that gal who turned up dead.
Hold it!
Hold it! You! I remember you! My whip craves your blood and flesh.
Get her!
Hey, I ain't done talking yet.
Ah! You ain't changed a lick. You're supposed to ask permission before unleashing your kinks on others.
This case doesn't need even a fragment of your faulty testimony.
What are you saying? I'm a bona fide journal. Ow!
Back then, you gave false testimony. You made me lose to Phoenix Wright.
Miss Von Karma seems to really dislike Lotta, like the rest of us do. I can't say she's fond of her, nor can I blame her. Ain't that Crane gal one of them PIC members? She's a spin image of the conductor. I reckon she's... Ouch! She hit me! She hit me again!
What is the meaning of this? Answer me, Myers Edgeworth. Why is this woman here?
From Miss Hart's testimony, we obtained a description of what the conductor was wearing. And it matches what the victim, Jill Crane, was wearing.
You mean to say the one who was murdered was the conductor?
Miss Von Karma, maybe you should calm... Aye!
It would seem that a new fact has just been brought to light. Indeed, I came here in pursuit of the black market auction, in order to arrest the organizer of the event. In other words, the conductor.
If we believe Miss Hart's testimony, then the conductor is already dead. Wouldn't this mean that your investigation has ended in vain?
That's right, however.
I swear on my name that I will not return empty-handed.
I challenge you, Myers Edgeworth.
Why? A challenge is fine, but I really don't have time for this. Why is she readying her whip like she's out for a victim of her own? Here we go. You're so stubborn.
I will concede your argument. The murder occurred in the storeroom, correct? That would mean the culprit is someone who participated in the auction. If that photographer is correct, the victim was the conductor and the culprit was a customer. The culprit waited for the victim in the storeroom where the goods were delivered. Then they stabbed the victim in the chest with the candelabra in the storeroom.
That is all?
I trust you have no objections?
Unfortunately, that is not the case because there's a hole in your testimony.
As expected of Mr. Edgeworth, I didn't notice anything at all. Well then, please settle this with one blow.
Yes, of course. Watch as I crush her logic. Their mentor-protege dynamic is really cute, actually. I like him with Kay, too, of course. But Emma clearly really looks up to him a lot, which is super adorable. Okay. Excuse me. Occurred in the storeroom. Someone who participated in auction. We know that's true. Yes. But this is not true. They were in the auction, they came up together, right?
Miss Hart was in the storeroom at the time. Could the culprit really have been waiting there? I don't know where she was hiding, but since you've seen it, you must know as well. There are numerous hiding places in that storeroom.
How would you know? You haven't gone up there. I don't understand why she's arguing when she hasn't even gone up there to investigate.
So the culprit was hiding while they waited for the victim to arrive. I believe the crime occurred after the auction ended.
No, we know that's not true.
After all, the victim was the organizer of the auction, the conductor. During the auction, the organizer would have to be in front of the customers the entire time. After the auction ended.
Please add that statement to your testimony. Which we know that's not accurate. Alright girl, we gonna crush you real quick. Hold on. Where is it? Is this it? Continued even after the murder. Yep. Objection. Yet.
As I thought, you are one step behind. What did you say?
The victim was not the conductor, and I have proof. Miss Hart's testimony.
That photographer's testimony is not trustworthy. What are y'all saying? I'm a bona fide journalist. Ow! Cease your idle chatter.
Yeehaw! Why did she say that? Yeehaw while getting whipped? Oh my.
Franziska, calm down and listen.
Miss Hart witnessed a part of the murder. The main point here is that after witnessing the murder, she says the auction continued.
That's right. Sure as can be. They all just kept going on shamelessly.
Do you think the auction could have continued without someone conducting it? If the victim was not the conductor, the person killed must have been a customer.
No!
As I said from the beginning, Kay is not the culprit. After all, she herself was attacked by someone and lost consciousness, in which case that would also make her a victim. If the auction continued after the incident occurred, yes, and the victim was not the conductor, but a customer. Uh-oh. She's back. Me caso en nada. Go away.
That's enough.
That voice.
Order in the court. The chairman will now enter.
No, I don't want to see him again. He's a douche. My, no need to be so stiff. Actually, feel free to call me Blazy. Sir. Well then, Blazy, what brings you here? That's your father, what are you doing? That's so weird. Huh? Well, I just wanted to see if my idiot son was working hard is all.
Is Is this kind of father-son relationship really healthy?
I don't think so.
I had come to light a fire under you, but it seems I found an unexpected bonus. To think that the criminal who has become the talk of the town would be here, of all places.
Everyone, restrain the suspect at once.
Please wait. Kay Faraday is not the cul-
Silence!
Ooh, he's angry. And scary. How are you getting your lighter to do that? How? Are you a firebender? Like, what the frick? Is he adding oil in there or something? That's dangerous.
This is quite troubling, Edgeworth. Didn't I tell you earlier? The PIC desires a swift resolution to this case. If it's not, we could lose our trust with the public. They'd call us the Waste of Time Committee. You know, it's troubling for me as well, that sort of thing. And at my age, too.
And on top of that, an illegal investigation is not something that I can overlook. Have you forgotten you are no longer a prosecutor? You have lost all your authority. Furthermore, you have aided a criminal in evading the law.
Yes, that's right. You're so reliable, Courtney.
I am aware of the consequences of my actions. You may punish me as you wish, however. We have found a new suspect. It's the person pictured here. Kay Faraday was attacked by this person and... There is no need for your explanation. Just recently, a red raincoat was discovered in the vicinity of this building. The victim's blood and cherry blossom petals were found on the hood.
Cherry blossom petals? Now that you mention it, on the viewing platform.
Yes, they probably stuck on due to the blood. They were littered around the bloodstain.
And we've received the forensic report on the blood, you know. There's no doubt about it. The person in that photo is the victim, Jill Crane.
What did you say? Uh-oh. Impossible! That would completely destroy the foundations of our logic.
You believed the person in the red raincoat was the culprit.
And now it turns out that person is actually the murder victim. Wait, if that's the case, then the prime suspect would be...
Miss Faraday, you met a person in a red raincoat on the rooftop, did you not? Yes, I did, but... The person in the red raincoat was the murder victim. And Kay Faraday came into contact with that person. Since one of the parties is now dead, what happened next should be clear.
Kay was attacked by that person. As the victim, it would be impossible for her to be the culprit.
There is no evidence she was attacked, is there? Furthermore, we must consider the possibility that the victim fought back.
It's far too early to come to that conclusion. Kay is not the criminal.
You're wrong.
Okay.
That's wrong. Even though I don't want to believe it myself. After hearing about the red raincoat, I finally remembered. I only remember a little, but from what I saw that night, the culprit is me. I remember looking down at the person in the red raincoat. Mr. Edgeworth, it was me! The culprit was me all along.
That can't be right.
Then why? Why do I have that memory? That person collapsed before my eyes, engulfed in a pool of blood. Why didn't I do anything? It must have been because I killed her.
That doesn't make sense. If there can't be a pool of blood if you're up there where the cherry tree is. We didn't see blood.
It is clear to me the validity of Kay Faraday's memory.
Didn't you doubt it until just now, pal?
Congratulations, Miss Faraday. Your courage will surely allow you to be forgiven. Now, let us rejoice in the blessings of the Goddess of Law.
Oh, Franziska's helping.
Allow me to give my opinion as an international prosecutor. Her actions as a criminal are...
Oh,
Hurry, arrest Kay Faraday at once. How dare you behave that way before me?
whip her! Get her! I kind of want to see Courtney in pain.
You're being too forceful. Further verification is necessary. I'd even go so far as to say this is unlawful. Unfortunately, the law does not side with you.
It sides with me, you see? But you know, the beautiful bond between you two has been etched deeply into my heart.
That reminds me. We seem to have forgotten one additional suspect.
Edgeworth, that's you.
There. What are you burning? How is it burning so quickly without a trace?
What's that, pal? Mr. Edgeworth hasn't done anything wrong.
I beg to differ. That's right, you see. He's no longer a prosecutor, sadly enough.
Your actions have gone too far this time. An illegal investigation and assisting in the escape of a criminal. I cannot even think of you as a former prosecutor. Now humbly accept your punishment.
Oh yes, that's right. I believe the plan for today was to hold your hearing before the PIC. Why don't we leave the hearing for tomorrow, even though the result is already crystal clear? You should think long and hard about what you've done. Very long and very hard.
Sir? That sounds wrong coming from you like that. We need an adult. This man is making us uncomfortable. Look at that. That's creepy.
Court is now adjourned.
Ugh, disgusting. These people. Oh shoot, things are not good. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you're enjoying this. And until next time, have a nice day. Bye!